Stripe is about growing the GDP of the internet. In the most recent calendar year that we published results for, 2023, Stripe processed more than $1 trillion of payments globally. Stripe acquired BBPOS in 2022. Part of our ambitions is to continue to have more in-person commerce products, and BBPOS is key to that because they help us design those products. We work on different areas of the stack in the US and Taiwan and Hong Kong. They're focused on some of the lower level software areas as well as hardware. The talent available in the Taiwan and Taipei market is unmatched in regards to embedded engineering and hardware design and software engineering.
Collaboration and trust and respect. So we work together very nicely and we try to solve the problem together. We know that we can trust each other. Whatever we promise, we're going to deliver. And more importantly, we have the kind of a self-respect, for ourselves and also for others. Nico just mentioned that, we work together. I think this is not just us, we do just kind of execution. We actually participate in the discussion of the requirements. So it is quite fulfilling. But the important part is about, we are able to kind of talk to a person. So there's no such thing as a bureaucracy or you have to go through certain channels, to get information that, especially like Nico, every time you ask a question, probably within a few minutes, you'll get an answer.
At the same time, we don't encourage people to work around the clock all the time. That's not reasonable, right? I actually live in Florida. I live 12-hour time zones off of Weiming, and we still work really collaboratively together. We encourage the teams to kind of cluster their meetings and their overlap with each other into sort of 1 or 2 days a week so that you have some reliability and predictability for your home life. So really what the interview process is like is it's a live programming round. You can expect a very practical programming interview. We're going to ask you to solve a problem in the interview. It's meant to be collaborative. So the interviewer will help you along sometimes if you get stuck or maybe sort of point you in the right direction. But we really want to see your ability to solve problems and how you unblock yourself when you do hit a problem and your ability to debug your own code. We need a candidate who's going to walk on the unpaved path to figure out the solutions themselves.
So there's one thing we want to see from the candidate. It's called the thinking out loud. If you just give me that answer, you say, it's fine. Of course, it's going to be a good one, right? But we are missing that very important part of your thinking process because that's going to give a very good indication about how you're going to work. Second one is probably just concentrate on the fundamentals. You are very, very familiar with the system. I think the third one is about the scope. We want you to have that kind of a system view. You know what the whole system is like, because otherwise, your changes or your implementation might have some kind of an unwanted side effect.
Humbleness is really important to how we work, right? There's always some things to learn. We look for people who are humble and willing to learn, but also willing to teach others with generosity and kindness. And the last thing is people who've had a proven track record of delivering impact where they've been. It's important, that's our job, to deliver features and solve problems for our users. And people with a proven track record of doing that, well, that's a good indicator of success at BBPOS and Stripe.
Nico just mentioned that, last year, Stripe was able to process 1% of the global GDP. That's something, right? But the important part is that, Stripe, BBPOS together is able to help our merchant customers to collect their money through a very reliable, secure process through Stripe. I think that is a very important contribution. That kind of achievement really is not everywhere. If you like that kind of idea, this is a place for you to fulfill that dream.
It's not often that you work at a company where you're helping thousands of small businesses every day and large businesses to do the work that they need to do. And one of the great things about working at Stripe is we get to hear and talk to our users a lot and find out what matters to them and what's important. And it gives us the opportunity to do the things that are most impactful for them and their business. And that's really rewarding. Join us now and help
us
create the future together.